All right, so Gachiakuta is one of this season's really popular anime. It's definitely amassed a big following. You've probably seen a lot of the clips going around on any type of social media. And honestly, we're no different than you. So today we're going to talk about it. And we're going to tell you a couple of things that we find interesting, a couple of characters that we like, and where we see it. So Aaron, what we doing about Rudo? How we coming? How we feeling?
Yep. So starts off, our boy Rudo, he's a child from the slums. It's not like normal slums. So they live on this thing called a sphere. It's a literal floating island. The whole concept, it's like a traditional caste system. The more wealthy, the rich people are further up. Everyone else who's closer on the outside is, poor. They dump all the trash out and it's polluting the entire planet. That's kind of how the world starts off. Rudo ends up getting kicked off the sphere. His father, Regato, whatever. That father ends up getting killed and he gets blamed for his murder. Very unfortunate. Yeah, he gets sent off the island. Touches down on the island. There's trash monsters. That sounds a little bad. It sounds a little questionable, but it's literal trash monsters. I can't stress it enough. It's like not mechs, but literal large trash monsters. You have to see it. Trust me. It's worth watching the first episode. And they get pretty quickly into this thing called like the vital instruments. Is basically when you have something that means a lot to a person, that person is able to put like some kind of innate power into it, and then that, I guess, powers it up, right? So this is definitely like a super powered kind of anime. So far, some of the things that I thought were cool that I had watched were a couple cool pivotal moments. One of them is the vital instruments that was actually being found inside a trash beast. So that kind of hints at the trash beast being like manufactured a little bit, or there's some other like deeper sinister plot, because that's normally not supposed to be a thing. And then our boy Zenka, which you get to see him within second episode? Yeah, he gets absolutely beat down mollywop. He was one of my favorite characters at the beginning. First two episodes, I kind of liked him until he kind of got a little bit of a hoop thrown at him. I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, after he ends up fighting Jabber, which was, not the leaders of the Raiders, but one of like their, I guess, core members, give him the works, right? This is where you see some of the martial prowess of them, giving him the works, actual beatdown. I'm trying to think, I can't think of anything else. I mean, you got anything to say?
Yeah, man. So, you kind of touched on one of your favorite characters. That was Jabber, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, my favorite character we've not seen a lot from yet. So that scene where he was being introduced to everybody at the kind of the HQ, and they opened up the door and everybody was just kind of staring at him. I saw this one little asshole that just looked like a complete pleasure to be around. He had the kind of up tilted eyebrows, the I don't really care going, and I love characters like that. Yeah, he had a pacifier in his mouth, so I had to do a little digging. And his name is Dear Santa. Apparently there's like a group. Yeah, apparently there's like a group, and they're like the child group or something like that. But his name is like Dear Santa or something like that. And I've always been one that really likes like child prodigies. Like, in Bleach, I like Hitsugaya. You know what I mean?
You're not supposed to be there just strong for no reason.
Exactly. I like Goten and Trunks, so I can't wait to see kind of what's going on with that character. Is he nonchalant? Is his face just like that, but he's really like a super sweet, kind-hearted person? Like, what's going on? Is he super strong? Like, what's happening there? So that's gonna be one of my favorite characters. And then also the boss that is currently not there. I saw a picture of that guy. I like that guy. I like his design. I like.
Yeah. Listen, man. When he said it was time to come home, there wasn't a whole lot of arguments. He definitely looks like he runs the show thoroughly.
Yeah. So touching base on the fights, and you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, they use items called vital instruments. Basically, the premise of the vital instrument is it's something that the user has kind of taken care of and cherished, and they've tapped into the inner workings of it, basically, and they gave it a soul, or at least that's kind of how Rudo described it, and it pulls out the full potential of the weapon. Now, Rudo specifically, his innate ability is to pull out the potential of whatever weapon that he can, right? But generally, people are linked to one
per
specifically. Yeah. But it seems that our boy Rudo is a prodigy,
like
and he's like that. He can pull out the potential of whatever item that he activates his powers on. So that's pretty cool. As far as the fights, honestly, I think, really good, right? Really good choreography. They lean more towards like the My Hero Academia style to me, where it's like, big boom. You know what I mean? Big boom, super fast cuts, characters zipping around the screen. Not like super choreographed, but like these are some heavy hits. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It's like good animation, a lot of diverse skills. I will say the one thing that I don't like about it is that there's no like martial backing to it. So it's mostly just like flashy shock value. And then, of course, Rudo will go berserk, at times for one reason or another. Not to say that it's bad. I'm just saying that if people are looking for the martial thing, that's not here. But like the animation, they wrapped it up pretty nice. It's presented very well.
Yeah, no, really nice. So honestly, I think I'm hoping this is going to be a long-standing anime, similar to like if not at like a mid-sized anime, like a Demon Slayer or something like that at minimum. But I would really like it to be a longer anime. Hopefully they got funding for it. Hopefully it's greenlit for, 4 to 5 seasons. Hopefully.
I want to say that it's too soon to tell. I think there's definitely going to be probably like maybe like a 2-season hitter. I don't think it's going to be anything like generational or long lasting like you had brought up Demon Slayer. I don't think it's going to hit that mark or anything like that. I don't think it's going to hit there. The manga did do well around, I'm thinking of additional 20K to 35K sales. It was a solid bump when the anime released. So it wasn't, it's doing well. So I think we're guaranteed a season 2 now, but it's not, anything past that is a little up in the air. And it's not a Shonen Jump title either. So it's not getting that like machine backing, pushing it. So, yeah.
What do you think about like, and I'm not really focused on the popularity because like social media is going to take care of, like just the innate marketing as long as the episodes are good are going to take care of itself. Like, obviously I'm not thinking it's going to break crazy records. That's not where I'm going with it. But I'm thinking about the longevity of it. Like, what do you think about it being maybe as long as like a Soul Eater, something like that?
And I mean, it has the potential. Like right now, I kind of like rate this maybe like a 7 out of 10. Right, okay. It's a little better. Not mid. It's definitely better than mid. Definitely well above average. But it's not legendary. It's not approaching that like demented in, right? Because we're only like at the time of this recording, we're maybe like 6-7 episodes in. I do think there's enough content. I do think there's enough lore, story, and funding for there to be a season after this. But anything past that, I'm not able to tell. But I do think it's a solid 7 right now.
Solid 7. I give it like an 8. I genuinely like. There's a lot of anime that we watch that I'll just drop or I'll try to continue and I can't. Like, this is one of the few anime that I'm waiting each week to see. I'm trying. Like I'm trying not to go and spoil it myself by like reading the manga, because I do that a lot. So I'm trying not to do that, but it might turn into that. You know what I mean? So I really enjoy this one. I give it like an 8.2, 8.3, something like that. And like I said, I hope it goes for 2-3 seasons.
Yeah, we can safely say that it'll get. I think it's definitely going to get a second season. Obviously, they're going to have the first season out. I mean, they're that funding's already there for that. It's already popular. It's already proved its worth in manga sales. I think we're definitely going to get a second season once this is over. They just got to show out, Hopefully, they lock in.
Yeah. Last thing I like to touch on too, especially about my boy Rudo, I love his design, and I like the fact that when he got thrown into the world below, the little trash world, that he wasn't like, dang, I gotta get back and show everybody I'm innocent. I like that he was like, no, I'm taking all of those people out. Like, narrow-minded. I don't like how they see the world.
I'm dropping
it's over with. Yeah. I like how you and I want this to be for sure. Like, I want this to be he gets that justice served. So genuinely, I like, again, I don't like anime where I don't like the main character. I like the main character. So anything you want to say about this? Anything else?
Nah, just like I said, checking on this anime weekly. It's been a great anime so far. Have high hopes for it, and hope everyone has the same.
Lazy out.
Yup.